Hey lady, I hope that this video helps because I figured like typing it out, you wouldn't get the point because I wouldn't. Okay, so what I'm teaching, and this is exactly how I work. You're going to map out the entire brow on both sides, right? You're then going to make one long line, and I do it from about here all the way straight up on both sides because this is going to tell me where my beginning is. The next step is about 1/4 of an inch of the way through. I'll make another long line on both sides, right? Because that little section that I've now left, that's going to be where I do my ombre. So in terms of movement, you're going to move your hand in a pendulum movement to shade in, for the most part, the entire brow, right? Once you get to this little section here where your ombre is going to be, that is where I switch up my method. So rather than doing pendulum, I start doing this method where I'm just gently kicking the machine forward. So what that's doing, instead of like depositing a whole lot of color into that skin, it's now sprinkling it out as you're kicking. And it makes it much softer where you can get that lighter color. The other thing is you can also do the dotting method. Now, I'm not a huge fan of the dotting method, but if you do the kicking method, right? So you're kicking that color forward and you just feel like I need just a tiny bit more saturation, but I don't want to overdo it. You can always do the dotting method right in that little section to fill in just a little bit more color. The other major key is you mentioned pressure. So as you're working, of course, you're stretching that skin and you're doing your pendulum. You're only using your fingers, right? Not your entire hand. When you're doing that, I want you to get in the habit of getting the machine going first before you even touch your client's skin. And as you're doing that, think about a feather moving across someone's skin. That's how lightly you're working. Because I think what gets stuck in our heads sometimes when we're first starting out, it's, oh my gosh, am I doing too much? And if you're asking yourself that, then likely you are. And don't beat yourself up. You're still new at this and you're still figuring it out. So light as a feather with your pendulum, light as a feather when you're kicking the machine forward, when you're doing that first piece of ombre. And when you're dotting, remember you're not going zzz, you're just gently dotting into the skin. The other thing is I don't ever dilute my pigment. The only time I'll use like that diluting solution is if my pigment starts to dry up a little bit. I'll add just a little just to wet it again. But other than that, I don't do that. I don't use more than one color. One color only. It's just a matter of switching up that method. Okay, I hope that helps. If you have any questions, you can always hit me up. I do post like tips and tricks on my business page, so you're welcome to follow that too and DM if you have any questions. It's Color Lab NYC. All right, best of luck to you. Bye.